Hello, everyone from the Hive Tribe. Mary and I decided to do an impromptu check in and maybe support call, if you will, for this really kind of intense time that we're in right now. First of all, there's the holidays. Whether you celebrate them or not, things could be up. Like, for instance, I was thinking about my experience with holidays. I didn't grow up celebrating holidays, I didn't grow up celebrating anything. So, the first time I celebrated Christmas, I believe I was 24. And I was with my ex, and we did all of the things. So, we decorated the house and cut down the tree. And it was in Nevada, just outside of Vegas, so there was no snow. But I mean, we did all the things, and my ex, he bought all these presents for people that he didn't talk to for the rest of the year, but he bought these gifts, and I'm like, this is so fun. You guys do this every year? Like, I'll try things, and I'm like, okay, that was great. I did it. Like, okay, whatever. So, my experience and my um, sentimentality around holidays, it's just not really there. They don't mean like a lot to me because I didn't grow up with them. However, I do kind of, if there's a special person in my life or, maybe around me, like I helped out with a kids' Christmas party in the community here in Costa Rica, and that was super fun. Um, so things like that. So I digressed on that, but perhaps you have an experience with holidays. Maybe you don't celebrate. Mary and I were just talking about the people who are not with us. Perhaps they've passed on. Perhaps they're not near you. So there may be some intense feelings around the people that you can't celebrate with if you do celebrate. There could be family tension. There could be monetary concerns like, can I afford the gifts or things like that?
Mhm.
And there's just so much. And that's just if you celebrate the holiday. This is also the end of a 9 year. All these big cycles are moving, shifting as we're moving to go to the 1 year, but everything's up. And it's not up because it's wrong, it's up because it's getting ready to leave. But that's the point. It is up. So if you're feeling like, didn't I deal with this? Why am I having all these thoughts, all of these things? You're perfectly in this time, in this transition period. So we just wanted to come on here and support um, whatever you're experiencing during this particular time.
Thanks, Leva. Yeah, and so for me growing up, it was like we did grow up with all the holidays and we did, the really big Christmas. And then we went to like my grandma's house and had Christmas. And then when my parents were divorced, we had like six Christmases because there was like different families and all these things. And honestly, so for myself, like my partner's home now, but for a long time it's been me and Onyx and doing Christmas, and like it's shared, it's just like the less I tried to do, I felt the more overwhelmed. It's like I would see that you know that gratification or that like rush of joy or whatever for each gift, but it was like just ripping the packages off and not even looking at what we're having to go to the next one, and I just wasn't feeling like super fulfilled. And so for us, like, it's been like an unraveling, and a rediscovery of how we want to spend our time in quality and like with each other. And it's been really fun. And and like it's been shared too, is like the holiday times, I feel, there are a lot of expectations and there are you know, not even just like inside ourselves, but outside. And, I just feel like if we were able to change our perspective a little bit and we were able to like meet ourselves where we want to be and pour from the center, then we would be able to create these qualities in time versus racing to try to create this huge boom in this little minuscule amount of time where it's like everything around it is just stressful and racing. I think we have it a little backwards. So it's so funny because I was talking yesterday to my friend about this, about how the less I've tried to do, like I feel the pressure coming back, and I just have to go back to myself and ask like, like what is it that I want? What is it that I'm going for? And then like continue to pour from there. It's been a really huge gift.
There you go, your own Christmas gift.
No, and I love that. I mean, I love that we have like this different perspective. And I mean, we always do, right? But it's like, I love that you grew up not celebrating holidays and there is a quality about you that is able to just be present, where I am like, oh, I've got to breathe into that presence. You know what I mean? And I really like that for you. So,
Mm. And Mary brought up a good point about presence. So, no matter what's going on or what you want to experience, it starts with you being with you and being in your body. So, taking that pause, even if things are chaotic, even if there's, 50 people in the house, taking that pause. If you need to go outside, if you need to get in your car, if you need to go to the bathroom, just to have that moment of be like, I'll be right back. And honoring, okay, giving yourself that pivot point if you notice that you're kind of not being present, or if you notice that you're getting agitated, or if you notice that people's maybe actions or feelings are affecting you, taking that moment out and, okay, what am I feeling in my body, and witnessing that, because you and your body are the most important. Again, the word pivot point keeps coming to mind.
Mhm.
They're what actuate around your experience. So if you come into this moment, what am I experiencing in my body? What are the thoughts coming up? Are the thoughts even mine?
That part.
Yes. Who does it belong to? I mean, when I
Do
first
I
got
really
into
want to take this on?
yeah, when I first got into energy work, one of the things that was so helpful, because before energy work, I had all these things in my head, and I actually had myself being tested for bipolar because I had literally so many thoughts all the freaking time. And I wasn't bipolar. It was just, I didn't learn till later. I'm hearing bodies and I'm hearing the earth, and I'm just super aware of this huge tuning fork, which all of us are, and we're aware of different, shades of that. So, this particular practice of who does it belong to? So, every thought, every feeling, every sensation, what someone might call pain, every I'm hungry, you know, who does that belong to? I can give you an example that probably everyone has experienced. Have you gone to your favorite restaurant and you really want to order this one particular thing? Like you've been like, oh, I can't wait to have that. And then you get to the restaurant and you're like, hmm, well, maybe I want this. Maybe I want this. Maybe I want this. Maybe I want this. And your head is kind of ping-ponging, and then you're like, okay, what am I gonna order? It's because you're actually picking up other people's bodies, but you're perceiving it within yourself. So you're taking that on as, oh, I want this. I want steak. I want shrimp. I want eggs, whatever it may be, because you're picking up on someone else's body. But our bodies don't have a, you know, third person perspective. They take it all on experience. So someone's like, oh, I want steak. Your body's hearing, I want steak. So your body's like, oh, we want steak. So knowing that, if I'm having a thought, if I'm having a hunger, if I'm having a sensation that I might categorize as pain, is it even mine?
Right.
And you can't be with that until you take out that present moment. It doesn't have to take very long. It's just like, okay, this is what I'm experiencing, it's what I'm sensing. Who does it belong to? Return it to sender. And it's such a gift to have that. The practice I learned, you know, 20 years ago was take 3 days. Every single thing that you're thinking or feel you're experiencing, even if it's something that you feel is yours. Like, for instance, I broke my foot several years ago. So even if I'm perceiving that sensation, return it to sender, because I could just be picking up someone. Maybe there's, an older person who, is experiencing arthritis, or maybe someone else has broken something, or maybe there's a tree that broke its branch, something like that.
Or
And
generationally, even, that carry down the line.
exactly, the land I'm on, all of these things, it's all information. And if we learn not to take it on, your mind will be so much clearer, your body will be so much clearer, and you'll have a different experience.
No, I love that. It literally is like poop, real life experience, right? But I struggle in my family dynamics. So we have some hardness there, right? And we're gonna take some space this holiday, and we're okay. I'm okay. But the thing is interesting about you sharing that is like, so Onyx and I will be fine. Like we'll be in our zone, we'll doing our thing and feeling okay. But when we enter the room, others are nervous. So then we get real nervous and choked up, and it's that whole choice piece, right? Of like, and it's not, nobody's wrong. Nobody's wrong. It's not deflecting or anything like that. But it's also just, wow, that just really doesn't work for me because I can feel myself giving all of my power away. And then now I'm acting in that try to fix people please. And so that is where you get to like retreat and take that time back or take that space back. And it's not wrong or whatever. We just get to learn how to approach in a different way, or like keep ourselves in our experiences. And that's really the gift. And so I love that you brought that up because that's so much my practice. It's very much where we have been at, and a very resounding thing for us right now. So I love
Mm.
that.
I love that you brought that up too, because it brings up the have tos and the I should.
Yes, there's another good one.
Nothing brings that out more than family. I have to go to this dinner. I have to buy them presents. I should be nice to this guy because he's my cousin or whatever, even though, he me up as I was a kid. Or all of these different
Right.
haves and should haves. And as Mary said, we have a choice. There's an operating system that we've been entrained to, that we learned, yet we don't have to keep it. Just because we were taught that, or just because we grew up that way, or just because we're taught that's the right thing to do or the nice thing to do. Um,
The nice thing.
the nice thing, yes, yes. I always laugh because, someone says, do you mean that? Or, you don't have to do that. I always, is something I've said quite a bit, is I don't offer if I don't mean it, because I'm not that nice. And I mean, that's my first, I'm just not.
She is not.
But there's a difference between being nice and being kind.
Literally, yes.
And what is kind to you, number one, and what is kind to others? Because putting yourself in situations, um, even where it seems nice and what's expected, it's not a kindness to others either, because you're not
No.
showing authentically, and you're harming yourself because your energy is contracted, or being hurt or harmed because of the shoulds or have tos. So it's maybe looking at the shoulds and the have tos that you've been practicing for years. And again, it's simple. It's maybe not easy to put in practice because it's like, oh my God, what's my mom gonna say, or what's my grandmother?
Right.
I've been
Judgment.
doing this for 40 years. If I don't do it this year, what is everyone going to think? But take that authority. Like, I'm going to have the experience that I choose for me. Like for Mary, I'm going to take the experience that I choose for myself and my child. And you get to author your experience by what you tolerate or what you choose.
Yes. No, that, and it's just so incredible because, and like you said, it's because it's not a pointing the finger thing. It isn't, because everybody has their piece. And I don't want to show up disgruntled. There's a fucking elephant in the damn room, and you guys don't want to talk about it, and you're gonna shimmy around it and pretend it's not there. And I'm like, but it's there, like it's there. And so I don't need to scream that the elephant's there. We don't need to do that, you know? We could just go find something else. We could go find some pine trees. Um, and there's just an empowerment piece in that, and that takes out these expectations not only for yourself but for others. It's letting go and allowing yourself that freedom and others. And so really it can get really exciting. Like, you get to connect with your inner child and your inner self and figure out what is that magic point piece for you. How do you want to celebrate your energy and your time and your transformation into this dark, or the light, transfer. We already did the darkest day. We're going into the light now. So how do you want to spend that time and that quality? What is this, like, what is that like really cool dream that comes up in you, and how can you honor that for yourself? Because nobody's going to do that for you. And that's how the practice gets to transform and get more potent, and you get this deeper understanding for yourself. So it really is just an invitation. That's all we're doing. We're inviting you in. And so come play.
Yes, yes. And something I've said for clients for many years is I invite them to be self centered. And maybe when you first hear that, you're like, you're telling us to be selfish or whatever. But I'm asking or inviting you to do is to become self centered. What
Yes.
do you need? What do you choose for you to be in your center? Your peace, your authenticity, whether it's going for a walk in nature, making sure you're only talking 10 minutes for Aunt Sally because, after 10 minutes, she goes off on some rant. Interested in that. Or I'm going to go to this function for 1 hour and then I'm going to do something for me. Or I'm going to practice the night before how I want my day to go and how I want my experiences to go. I'm going to take a nice bath and treat my body beautifully. I'm not going to overeat because these people are stressing me out. All of the things you get to choose on being in your center so that you actually have a joyful experience, whether it's celebrating the holiday parties, if you're having time to yourself, if you don't celebrate at all, whatever your experience is, you can be in your joy, your peace, and your center just for you.
I love that. Yes.
Yes. So Do you have anything else you want to share, or does that feel like a good
I just,
place?
yeah, just I feel like we touched on a lot, and I just, yeah, just continue to meet yourself in love right where you're at, and continue to unfold in the curiosities. Like that's the gifts that we have, and each one of us is unique in that, and that's an honor, And so I honor that for you, and I look forward to your unfolding.
Mm. And I love that you said that. The word honor popped in my head just before you said
Oh
it.
yeah, love that. We're always on a line together.
Yes. So honor your feelings, whether you're feeling happy during this season, whether you're feeling sad, whether you're feeling joyful, whether you're excited for the new year or you're in trepidation. Honor those feelings, honor your body, honor how you want to experience this season, whether it's about the holidays or the new year or both. Allow yourself to have the experience. And again, that word author how you want to experience this moment, this season, in your life, because that's what it is. You choose in every moment. So you get to choose, what do I wish to experience? What do I wish to experience in 10 minutes? And going forward. So if you are celebrating, Merry Christmas. If you are not, we wish you a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Mary is in Oregon. I am in Costa Rica. And we send you, it's not really bi-coastal, it's what, country love.
That's awesome.
By country love.
By
And
country love. Hey, the
wishing,
same rocks I found at Gold Beach, I found in Costa Rica, and I was really excited about that. Like I was just like, wow, we're almost the same.
we really are all one, despite. Yes. So have a beautiful day. Have a
Absolutely.
beautiful rest of your year and going on to the new year. We're going into a 1 year, which is super exciting. So this, massive cycle that we've been experiencing since 2016, you can think of like what you've been experiencing, what you're letting go, all of these different things. We're about to shift into high gear, being the horse year, into this 1 year, and it's going to be really exciting and really super
Fire
momentum.
horse. I
Yeah,
like to think
moment.
of her as a unicorn.
Exactly.
A
Yes. So
unicorn of I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Thanks for tuning in.